All hail a beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. Yesterday I did a video talking about inexpensive fragrances that get respect from fragrance lovers. If you have not checked that out, make sure you do that, version 1 and version 2, because I think there are some top tier fragrances there for you to check out. But thinking about that video really led me into this video, and I know a lot of you will appreciate it. Therefore, today I'm bringing you 7 perfect fragrances for small budgets. Yes, man, this is every day of the week. You can really create an entire collection utilizing these fragrances here and really be super easy on the pockets. And I think in the holiday season, when you may be purchasing gifts for other people or checking out my fragrance collection, you may want some others that you can scoop, and I think that these will be good to go. Whether you're picking up gifts for a group of people or gifts for yourself, these fragrances can work for you. So without any further ado, let's get down to Big Beard Business. First up on the list today, we have a sophisticated, inexpensive fragrance for the modern man. This fragrance hails from Coach, and this one is Coach for Men. Now, since the release of this fragrance, there have been 2 other releases. You have Coach Platinum and Coach Blue, which is a 2020 release. But personally, I think that this one is a good starting point. This is going to provide you some of those other elements that you're looking for within a fragrance that is modern, sophisticated. You could dress it up and or dress this fragrance down and get away with it. Upon release of this fragrance, I believe it was closer to a $100 price point, but in great situations, you can find this one in stores for under $30, but in most cases, you're going to find this one for under $50. And prices that low, you really will not go wrong with this one here. This fragrance is going to work for you in a number of situations. Again, this one is sophisticated fragrance for the modern man. You have this fresh, clean fragrance that also provides this woody aspect to it, and also has that modern approach as you get some of that ambroxan within this scent as well. This is one that I've been talking about for years, and I'll probably talk about it for more years to come, especially when it comes down to those cheapy fragrances. I don't think that this one was meant to fall into that cheapy range. It just did, and now that it's there, well, I am happy that it is. Coach for Men, solid fragrance to be on today's list, and a great one to have in your collection. Next up, we have a fragrance that has really paved the way for a number of flankers that are all stand out in their own right. And this one really started the train, so to speak, on this line of fragrances. This fragrance is fresh, it's clean, it's earthy, it had some woody tones to it, and one that you're probably not expecting. This one is from Bulgari, and this one is Bulgari Man. Now, Bulgari itself has a number of great fragrances out there, and the Man series of fragrances within that collection there, you have Bulgari Man Extreme, Bulgari Man Neroli Essence, you have Bulgari Man Wood Essence, you have Bulgari Man in Black, and the list goes on. Great fragrances. They all really fit in a number of situations, and it really took everything into account with this scent. Whether you're traveling, boom, you just go ahead and turn that thing. No spray, they are good to go. This fragrance, again, is fresh, clean, woody. Also has this different smell to it. It's something that I haven't personally been able to tie back to any specific fragrance, and because of that, it's something that I enjoy. This one can be picked up for, I don't know, man, for sure under $50, maybe under 30. And the great thing about this fragrance is if you pick it up in the tester, it doesn't matter. And testers are really those fragrances out there that don't come with caps in most cases. They come with different boxes, and it really doesn't matter with this. Again, they're already taking that into account here with this little twist there. It doesn't have a cap to even speak of, so therefore it doesn't matter. Save yourself some money on the presentation and pick you up a tester of this fragrance if you can find it. All in all, man, I'm really happy about this fragrance. Balmy, musky, floral scent. It also comes off as something that's sophisticated, mature, sensual. All of those great descriptors of this scent. But if you're looking for one to add in the collection that is not in super rotation right now, Bulgari Man, the OG, is one you should try. The next fragrance on this list is a fragrance that went in this frenzy years ago, and I think that this fragrance is still great today. It can be picked up for quite a discounted prices. This is one of the fragrances that released, the price went up, and prices went back down. And at this price point, I don't really feel like this is one that you can miss with. The fragrance I'm talking about comes from Alfred Dunhill, and the fragrance is Dunhill Icon Racing, all right, the one with the rally stripes on the inside. This is a fresher approach to fragrances, and it also still has some of those more sophisticated elements to it, which I think really makes this fragrance work. All in all, with Dunhill Icon Racing, you're gonna get a fragrance that really fits in most situations. It's going to have moderate longevity, so it's going to have enough power to last you in most situations, but it doesn't just pounce off of the skin. Therefore, it's not going to be overwhelming or overpowering. Some of your key notes in this fragrance are going to be musk, vetiver, and gaiac wood. There have been people to say that this one has this bubblegum feel to it, and I could get that. But this fragrance still has that sophistication that I think a lot of you out there are looking for within a fragrance. And also, it's a good addition as a 7-day fragrance as we talk about these here, man. Really trying to stack you up and get you throughout the entire week if you don't have a big budget. And this fragrance here is definitely going to add to that. Dunhill Icon Racing. The next fragrance up is one that doesn't have quite the staying power of Dunhill Icon Racing, but this fragrance does smell good, and it's so low in the prices that reapplying this thing is really nothing. The fragrance comes from Sean John. This one is Sean John 3AM. Now, 3AM, in my personal opinion, is a underrated fragrance. This one is slept on, and I actually came across this fragrance by smelling it on someone who worked for me over and over and over again. It was so much that I had to say, man, what are you wearing? It smells super nice. This spring opens up with these citruses in the top, and then it comes back down in the base to this suede and this leather, and it's a fragrance that I think really solves and fits in a number of categories. You can dress this fragrance up, as obviously I encountered this fragrance in the office, and you can dress this thing down as well. Super nice fragrance. And if you know anything about Diddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Papa Love, whatever he's calling himself these days, do you know he likes to do things in a really direct and meaningful way, which he's looking to win, all right? And I feel like this fragrance is a winner, along with other ones that he's released as well, whether it's I'm King or even the one of the fragrances that I love a lot, with this Sean John Unforgivable. But today we're talking about this one here, Sean John 3AM. Price point on this thing is ridiculously low. You can get a few bottles of this thing for maybe 60 bucks. You might be able to get 3 bottles of this thing for 60 bucks. Don't quote me on that, but the price is super low. The next fragrance on our list today is one that I think is the newest fragrance on this list. Without a doubt, this is the newest fragrance on this list. This is a 2019 release, and it's a fragrance that I really enjoyed from the initial onset of this fragrance. I know it took a lot of others out there a little bit to catch up on it, but nonetheless, it's a fragrance that, because of its price point, you really can't go wrong with it, especially with what this fragrance smells like. This is one of those fragrances you could wear to a dinner party. You can wear this thing to the office. You can wear this for a casual day, and you'll be good to go. This one is Montblanc Explorer. Now, according to Montblanc, this fragrance is for the man who has the taste for adventure. All right, and this fragrance, in my mind, is similar to Creed Aventus, and that fragrance is said to really be that man who is looking for success. All right, those who are going out there to conquer, and if you look at it, it really stacks up. Right, you have a desire for adventure, or you have a desire to go out there and attack the world to win. All right, and this fragrance is one that you can wear when you are doing those things. Montblanc Explorer has ambroxan, you have patchouli, you have bergamot, you have pink pepper, and this fragrance is really in line with Creed Aventus. Now, it doesn't smell exactly like Creed Aventus. It's not like you can really do away with Creed Aventus, but if you don't have the money to spare on it, and you don't have the money to get some of the more expensive variations of that from Parfum Vintage, then this is definitely one of the ones you can just really rock, still smell good, and get name recognition along with it. Montblanc Explorer on the list today as your perfect 7-day fragrance collection. Now, the next fragrance on this list is one that I won't talk about much because I've talked about it a ton, and you guys and girls out there all know how I feel about this one. This one comes from Burberry, and this one is Burberry Touch. It's woody, it's musky, it's aromatic, it's fresh, it's clean, it's sensual, and that's really what you need to know about this fragrance, aside from the price. This price point on this thing is really respectable for what you get with this scent. It's long lasting, has this powdery feel, comes off clean, sensual, and inviting. So Burberry Touch on the list today. I don't need to talk more about it. If you want to hear more about it, check out the official review. And the final fragrance on this list is one that I don't think I've ever talked about on this channel, but it's one that I really couldn't do this video without mentioning because it's really that good. And it's one that doesn't get a lot of burn, so you can wear this one and be good to go. This one comes from a company that I do talk about though, which is Prada, from the Lunarosa series, and it had a lot of fragrances within that collection. I think I have all of them, almost all of them. And this one is Prada Lunarosa Eau Sport. Not to be confused with Prada Lunarosa Sport in the red bottle, as these two fragrances are really, really different. All right, this fragrance to me has this more citrus feel to it, but it's also sporty, and one of these fragrances that has that same Prada DNA. And when I talk about Prada DNA, a lot of you will probably agree with me here that Prada's come off as clean, they come off as sensual, sophisticated, uplifting fragrances for sure in most cases, and one of these fragrances that just works. And this one here is really no different. Although the price point on this thing would maybe lead you down the line of thinking that, hey, it's not a great fragrance. No sir or ma'am, this fragrance is really, really good. I know we've all heard of fragrances having the strength of the ocean, and this one here is really set to have the strength of the ocean as well. And I have to agree with that. There's a lot of citrus in this fragrance though, but kind of goes away and falls into something that's a bit different. As it transitions from the top where you get a lot of those citrus notes, you begin to get some ginger and lavender in the heart, and then in the base you get some ambergris and cedar. Very nice scent, one that really will help you stand out. And for all of these fragrances here, man, most of these fragrances can be found for under 40 bucks. Some of these, you know, $16, 20 bucks. You really can't go wrong. This is 7 fragrances. You can purchase all of these things and really have fragrances throughout the week that in most cases are going to be fresh, inviting. Dress them up, dress them down, and they're good to go. They may not last forever, although that most of these fragrances do have good performance in terms of longevity and projection. There are a few in here that could do a bit better, but at these price points, it really doesn't matter. So let me know your 7-day cheapie collection that you would go with. I know a lot of these are fresh. I wanted them to be versatile and work in pretty much any environment. So if you didn't have enough for all of them, you just needed one, you can really be good to go. As always, I'm your boy, Big B. Beat him, hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn bell.